Good evening. Hope you had a wonderful day in the Lord. Saturday, we are in Exodus 24, and I can recall this morning how I was saying this is happy June 1st, the beginning of the official celebration season, even though there have been so many graduations and proms and weddings last month, but now we're in the midst of it. Well, something else that we're in the midst of. Have you ever seen, at least in the Chicagoland area, so many storms, rain, hail, Hail, right? Just pouncing on the windows and wherever we are, the surfaces. My goodness. I mean, can't see like 5 feet in front of you. Well, that's what happened today, this evening, but still there were prom send-offs and there still were celebrations, graduation parties. But the Lord was saying, Michelle, this is a stormy season, and this is a time of shutdown and consecration. I was like, where did this come from? Well, in Exodus 24, pretty much, I guess I'll start with the last verse. And this is what the Lord told me. Michelle, there's some needs that you need to really sacrifice before the Lord. And this is, it says in Isaiah 58, is not this the fast that God has chosen to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, and to break every yoke. There's some yokes and bondages that need to be broken. And you're interceding on behalf of others, but know that this is the assignment for now. In the last verse, it says Moses was in the mount, right? He went into the midst of the cloud, got up in a mount, and there in verse 17, the sight of the glory of the Lord was like a devouring fire on the top of the mount. And the top of the mount in the eyes of the children of Israel looking up. But he was in that mount for 40 days and 40 nights. And the Lord is saying, this is a season of consecration. Now, I'm just telling you what the Lord spoke to me, that there are serious times, even though, it's a time of happiness and joy and celebration, but there are a lot of people who are suffering and struggling with very heavy addictions and bondages and curses. And we know that Jesus became a curse for us to be free. Amen. But some people have to come to that knowledge to realize that they have true liberty. So this is chapter 24, working backwards. The Lord also said that you're to assist and minister. And we see in verse 13 that Moses rose up and his minister or assistant Joshua was there, and Moses went up into the mount of God. So this is a time to really be there for others. And I know that you have that burden. And also in verse 12, it says that thou mayest teach them, right? You have to listen very carefully and spend this time, this consecration time with the Lord, so that you can speak the oracles of God, right? That you could be that vessel, that vertical vessel from heaven, because there are serious times. 31 shootings over the weekend. The weekend's not even over. And then, when it gets to like shootings at Northwestern University, 4 of them. And yeah, they were not university affiliated students, but still, come on, you all. We're just right at the 1st of June. We're the ones. And ultimately, the Lord wants us to do this in verse 7. All that the Lord has said, will we do and be obedient. Will you be obedient? I give my all to the Lord too. And I know that you're going to submit your will to him. I hope you have a wonderful evening preparing for worship, and get good night rest and prepare for a consecration period. Good night.